This is Shimweefeleni, a man who was once feared and whose name caused a chill up the spines of those who crossed his paths over the 2 decades ago. His stature could be intimidating, but coming face to face with him, Ninja appears meek and gentle. The 54-year-old Shimweefeleni was also in exile in Angola after escaping the colonial regime in Namibia. From Angola, he was sent by SWAPO to Cuba, where he learned martial arts, which he mastered, earning him the name Ninja.
When in Cuba there, I was exposed to many different trainings. Later on that time, I end up growing confident that I can defend myself from anyone. I was a difficult person to deal with. I used to beat up offenders. Sometimes I fight with members. I used to be someone who used power on everybody. I used to be someone who only wanted to escape.
His first experience of prison was when he was in Cuba after fighting with his martial arts teacher. His life of crime started when he was introduced to a gang while in the northern parts of the country after returning from Cuba in 1991. The art became his strength and source of intimidation. A family misunderstanding landed him behind bars where he was introduced to more gangs. They would hijack cars, commit robberies, and rob people at gunpoint, a trend he would continue until one fateful day when he participated in the torture of a taxi driver, eventually leading to the man's death and Ninja's apprehension behind bars. This is an ordeal Shimweefeleni lives with regret for the rest of his life. The notorious gang leader was given a life sentence, but after serving 25 years, he was eligible for release under good behavior.
Especially the fear that I have is the one for the deceased family. I don't know if they are going to find in their heart to forgive me. I don't know what are they thinking of me.
It was after a visit by the late President Dr. Hage Geingob at Lucius Shimweefeleni Windhoek Correctional Services Training College in Omaruru, where he was showcasing his skills with other inmates. Commissioner General of the Namibia Correctional Service, Raphael Hamunyela, made a comment about his transformation of Saul to Paul, a popular character in the Bible who was known for persecuting Christians before later transforming into Paul, a transformed man of God. Upon return to his cell, he inquired about the person mentioned by the Commissioner General and the story behind the names. That encounter changed his life for good.
I was encouraged and motivated by that speech with the way that our general introduced me to His Excellency. This one used to be Saulus, now is Paulus. And on my way back to the cell, I went to ask my fellow offender, what does he mean by that? They said, no, maybe, and what we see here is General see you as Saulus that he mentioned is somebody who used to be killing pastors. When he found a person is preaching, he killed him. He was a criminal exactly the way he used to be outside.
Over the years behind bars, Shimweefeleni has been partaking in different activities such as tailoring, and he recently completed his certificate in plumbing at Kayak Vocational Center. The correctional facility programs do not only play a role in rehabilitation, but also in recovery. These are the Thinking and Living Skills program and the Managing My Substance program. Assistant Commissioner Elano Nawa, who is the head of Case Management Services at Windhoek Correctional Facility, explains the programs.
Through the TLS program that Paulus was talking about now, for example, we want offenders to look at the how of thinking, because our programs are based on cognitive behavioral therapy. So we want them to look at the how of thinking, how their thinking patterns influence their offending behavior and their lifestyles in general.
Toivo Simeon was a crime partner of Shimweefeleni. Together, he says they have committed numerous crimes for which he too spent 10 years behind bars. Today, he says crime does not pay. He is a changed, career-driven family man residing in Ongwediva. Over the years, he has visited Shimweefeleni at the Windhoek Correctional Facility and can testify to his transformation.
Rehabilitation centers, like when I was there, I really decided from myself, within myself, and also tell my friends, my family that, hey, life behind bars is not good. So that man, I know him as a violent person, very strong, fast, intelligent. Whenever I find myself in Windhoek, I take time also to visit him. When I really listen to him and the readings of his face, I can really see that this man now is old enough. He's really 100% matured. I'm happy he's also learning to do something in prison there. I understand he's doing plumbing work.
What is next for Paulus Shimweefeleni, aka Ninja, after his release? His plans are to reconcile with those he wronged, to tour schools and motivate young people to stay away from crime.
I would like to ask a second chance from our country members. I don't think that one day I will even let or allow somebody to influence me to go back where I came from. I will never commit crime. I will never be part of crime in my life again.
He further encourages family members of those incarcerated to not give up on their loved ones and to pay them a visit whenever they can. Selima Henok, NBC News, Windhoek.